found it no longer tenable to remain in the government and he resigned. Get out of it.
Guys, sijui kama mliona jana Murkmen kitu ambacho aliweza kuzungumza. So mambo imekuwa hard saizi kwake jinsi ambavyo tunazungumza. Murkmen anafaa kuresign anytime from now. Ama Raila Odinga is going to force William Ruto to kick out Murkmen because huyu jamaa ni interior CS and interior CS haufai kuongea ushit mbele ya Wakenya, ushitikaa hiyo. Unaona watu wangu, sijui kama mlisikia jana statement ama remarks ya huyu CS Murkmen. Unaona watu wangu, so ama jamaa it's like wameshindwa na kazi, na nilikuwa nimekuambia kitambo hii serikali ya William Ruto isha realize na imesha sense wanaenda nyumbani. So the only thing wanataka kufanya ku make sure wanaharibu vitu vingi hapa nchini Kenya, ndiposa wakiexit kutakuwa na kazi ngumu zaidi kwa yule rais ambaye atakuwa anaingia mamlakani. Because William Ruto sha realize. And wakati Genesis walikuwa na Occupy CBD, kulikuwa na goons. Na msisahau ile remarks ya Kamket. Kamket kwa parliament alisema ya kwamba ataleta bandits because sha realize wameplan ku overthrow hii government ya President William Samoei Ruto on 25th of June. Unaona watu wangu, Kamket alikuwa sha zungumza, na msisahau kitu kaa hiyo. Unaona watu wangu, and now Murkmen baada ya mambo kufail on 25th of June, wanapolisi wakawa wame overpower police officers during protest. And now Murkmen anakuja kuongea maushit. So kumemchemkia mbaya tena zaidi. So now Murkmen anafaa kuresign and I want you to listen carefully. So guys, ensure my like na nasema thanks kwa hiyo like yako. Kwa hivyo guys, kama ni mara yako ya kwanza pia ensure na subscribe ili kujoin na hii channel kwa mara ya kwanza ili kuifanya iweze kugrow. Asanteni tena zaidi. Sikizeni jinsi ambavyo mambo yameharibika hapa nchini Kenya. Na kama Raila Odinga atatolerate kwa hiyo shit, then hata yuko tabani. Lazima speak out.
I do genuinely think that Kipchumba Murkmen should resign. Yeah.
Na tumeambia polisi, mtu yoyote mwenye atakaribia police station piga yeye risasi.
There is no reason to be in office if A, as Erica said, you failed. Two, when you're calling for police to shoot protesters, not protesters, sorry, to shoot anyone on site who they see approaching a police station.
Yeah.
What is that? A shoot to kill order in broad daylight, and you should continue staying in office is completely ludicrous. To say that she will continue to shut down media stations for national security when there was a court order clearly stating that they should be turned back on and that the Communications Authority steps were taken against the law. Then also just snitching on yourself, because now you have told us that it is you who directed the Communications Authority. Inadvertently, you've told us that without whether you wanted to or not. Everything that it's clutching at straws, and really, really, really thin ones. The fact that you can come out and say these things and expect that people will just be like, okay, I don't know what the expectation is here. But I think he was speaking more to the police service than to Kenyans, to be quite honest. That was not a statement for Kenyans, it was to the police service. But you are not the cabinet secretary of the police service. Guess what? You're the cabinet secretary for Interior.
The massive looting had a clear motive to cause fear and target properties of politicians and civilians allied to government and innocent civilians who were just going about their business.
If that was the case, then resign because you failed.
Yes. 100%. Number one. Number two, no matter how pressed you are, you cannot stand and lie in front of a nation. Don't twist the words and the messaging. I think we've also validated the fact that, yes, there are people who took advantage of what happened. Because of that, businesses have been affected, courts have been affected, police state. That we cannot discount. People have been affected, but you cannot stand there and lie and say this was an attempted coup. You can't lie and then say the media is fueling. The media is reporting and highlighting, the same media that you continue to threaten to shut down. But on top of everything, you cannot stand there with audacity and say, a lot of what was said there was false. Because we saw what we saw play out. People have been having this conversation for a year. So why twist it into something else?
You were not given guns for decoration. Only escape if you feel your ammunition is not enough.
That's a very dangerous statement to make.
The callousness, choosing not to speak to these families who we've just heard from, who are mourning their loved ones, who are not doing anything wrong. Not that demonstrating is wrong, but even those who are nowhere near demos. Someone going to pick up his younger brother from school, as one does. Someone working, trying to make a living. And from the Interior Cabinet Secretary, what you hear is this is an attempted coup. Police officers should shoot on sight anyone approaching a police station. I honestly don't think Kipchumba Murkmen should be in office. Any self-respecting person, any self-respecting government which claims to be law-abiding cannot have someone saying things like this who is then calling themselves the Cabinet Secretary for Interior.
That last part you just said about law-abide, that's the problem. That is the problem. You're not following the law. You're not following the law because you can't wake up and say, hey, from now on, that's your law, and then there's the law.
What is their role currently in the country? We've seen a lot of and witnessed a lot of hate speech, but NCRC are quiet. They are supposed to come out and protect. Another thing, Mr. Speaker, is the IPOA. Criminals should not use IPOA as a way.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Allow me to send a message of condolence to the people who lost their loved ones, and in a special way, Mama Brian Dongo from Olkalau. Honorable Speaker, having said that, this House must look at what happened yesterday like a timing bomb. There is clear disconnect between the Gen Z and the country leadership. And this House knows we cannot pretend that we don't know. We know the issues of unemployment, the issues of abduction, the issues of continued killing of their colleagues, and that is why the Gen Z came. And the Gen Z are normally very peaceful until they are brutally provoked by government-sponsored goons. Sakaja plan failed. Yesterday, Gen Z finished their demos at 4, and the goons that were organized came on the street to loot. And we cannot call the Gen Z the looters. We cannot call them the goons. They are goons who are sponsored by...
Yes, yes, Masara.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Migori has been the headquarter of demonstration. I thank the people of Migori because yesterday Migori was very quiet. Mr. Speaker, we have only one country. And those who are thinking they can ban this country, where will they be after the country is banned? I want to request each and every citizen that it is high time we sit down and agree that if it is power was there the other day. Power has left them less than 2 years, and they have started banning their own property. Mr. Speaker, I can say that moving forward, we are not going to blame Gen Zs. We'll talk to our young people and tell them, some of us, like me and Junet here, we're a product of civil society. From councillor to mayor to now MP and going to be the next governor of Migori. Young people, let you not be misused. Let you